Hey guys, Sean here. Today I wanted to discuss a strat NiP did against FaZe. Their whole T side is honestly fantastic in this match, but I think there's a lot to talk about on this specific round, and I can explain some of the rotations on Nuke and really give you guys some insight on as what happens uh, at the top tier on this map, because oftentimes it's very hard to see it when you watch GoTV, and even when you look at Radar, because the map is one bomb site on top of the other. Um, so let's take a look at it. I'll look at it from multiple points of view, from FaZe's rotations to the actual inner execute to then the individual roles and show you guys the nades. So to start off, we're just gonna watch it from inner. I'll kind of I'll travel outside first, let you guys see what goes on. So at the start of the round, NiP is basically just gonna throw an instant wall of smoke outside, as well as the close lurk smoke. So CTs are denied vision on outside. And then immediately they're already preparing for this inner execute. Get Right's making a small presence ramp. Everyone's coming back, and soon enough, they're all just going to come storming into the site. So we're moving a little bit faster now, and here it comes. So 3 mollies, bunch of flashbangs, and it's a super clean round for NiP. And this is a huge economical round. You can see right now that FaZe is going to be forced to eco after this. This is NiP's second gun round in a row. They did not win pistol, yet they do end up winning this half on T-side Nuke. So again, great half of Counter-Strike for them. I'd highly recommend watching this demo if you guys are looking for some innovative things to do on T-side Nuke. But yeah, let's take a closer look at what happens at outside now. Okay guys, so now I want to run through how the wall of smokes pushes and pulls the CTs around on Nuke. In particular, when you have a lot of things to show with the wall of smokes. So to start off, let's see their outside player Rain. He's playing left side garage this round. Okay, so he actually has pretty good audio cues. If an NiP were to just storm down secret, he would be able to call relatively close to the amount of people going down secret. If there's 4 people, there would be a massive rotation coming out of FaZe into the lower bomb site. If there is no people, you would expect not that big of a rotation. Unfortunately, I don't think the communication was there this round for FaZe, because you can see Rain, Garage, Guardian actually taking a very similar route to when I broke down the Kenny S video. He's going to go into secret this way, and the second the wall of smokes are thrown, Nico actually drops vent immediately. So if you look at this point in the round, you can see they have Rain dedicated to outside. They have Guardian opping a very aggressive angle secret where he can at least get 2 shots off. He's in a spot to shut down a secret hit alone. They have Nico playing off of him. Basically, if Guardian for any reason dies, Nico will get a 2K this round if they went secret. Olaf is solo upper, and then we have Kerrigan at ramp playing behind his own smoke. Or no, that was Guardian smoke. He smoked it before he went lower. So now we have literally 1 person in the upper bomb site. So this is, in my opinion, a bit of an over-rotation by FaZe. But no matter what, when you throw the wall of smoke, you should expect something similar to this to happen, Like, there's going to be probably 1 guy ramp. There's probably going to be 1 guy outside. There's probably going to be 2 guys upper. And someone has to account for secret. You can't just give up secret. So what typically happens is that the ramp rotator will drop and help out secret. Sometimes the upper rotator also will drop and hold secret. So there'll be 2 people down there. And then a similar scenario, will happen where there's 1 or 2 guys upper, which is why this execute is so powerful. It pulls people from ramp or upper into secret, and it makes the ramp guy think that a guy ramp might come through the smoke, because keep in mind, throwing the wall of smoke and going ramp is a common tactic. So Kerrigan has to respect the fact that these guys could jump through this ramp smoke at any second. He can't just rotate. Now with 2 guys in secret, he might be able to rotate. This is a very unique scenario where 2 people in secret could maybe defend the lower bomb site, at very least harass the planter for long enough, for some reinforcements to come in. you would run the risk of maybe over rotating and, you know, falling into a lurk trap where a lurker comes in upper. But yeah, this is definitely a bit of an over rotation by FaZe. With that being said, this execute is so strong that it would still kill 2 people in the upper bomb site. So now let's go ahead and watch it from the overview of the upper bomb site and explain why this execute is so strong. Okay, so here we go. Let's watch it again from the upper player's perspectives. So Olaf smokes the hut immediately after both the mollies fade, and when he drops secret, Nico smokes the door. And again, I think this is a huge mistake on their part. If they would have delayed like one of those smokes, they would have had 20 more seconds. 20 more seconds where Guardian could basically communicate to the team, hey, no one's in secret. Let's rotate a third guy in upper, you know? So I think it's a huge misplay right here this early in the round for FaZe to molly and then double smoke, drop 2 secret, leave 1 guy upper, and Nico does get into the upper bomb site by the time this hit happens. But without his smoke, he's not really going to do anything against this hit. So we'll see. What happens is that NiP is going to molly Mustang, they're going to molly top hut, and they're going to molly 2 vent, which is where Olaf Meister is standing right now. They do this with perfectly coordinated flashes. Well, mainly the 2 vent one. The other ones are coming through the roof, so don't really need many flashes for that. So basically, when a flash pops, Rez is going to instantly peek wide, throw this molly, flush out Olaf Meister. Flashes are also coming through the roof, and I think Get Right's flashes coming out the hut are by far the most important flashes. So you can see the first flash blinds the platform. So basically anyone holding back sight to there, anyone holding, my team calls it anti-Mustang, we call it anti, but it's right there, it's opposite of Mustang, or even like some weird awkward spot like top silo, if someone's falling off of the hut, coming up heaven, any of those spots are going to be completely blind by that flash, even a guy Mustang looking down. And then Get Right's going to follow it up with an even better flash, which is going to destroy someone in Olaf's position. It's a flash that goes out far that he can run backwards with. So basically he's running backwards, hard clearing Olaf's spot as he's burning on fire, and if he swung out, he would be blind. Draken's trading off of Get Right, looking sight. And this spacing is very important between Draken and Get Right. Draken does a great job of trailing him right here and not blocking him, keeping distance, allowing himself to trade if anyone were to peek wide. He does a great job of keeping that distance. And you can see Rez coming out the door, hard clearing the right corner, and also fighting the guy that runs out from Olaf at the same time. Draken's solely focused on heaven as he's coming up, and that's pretty much the only thing that can kill him, right? He has a teammate running out the hut, looking to the right. He's already run out and cleared back silo for the most part. Rez has run out the door, kind of clearing mini and even right side silo. Can't be top hut, can't be Mustang, can't be anti-Mustang. Only place he can be is heaven. So Draken's just tunnel visioning on heaven at this point. Kills Kerrigan. And at this point, the round's over. Like they've killed the 2 guys upper. Nico's still finally coming up the vent right now, and he's going to get 1 kill and die. At this point, the round is completely over. NiP has 2 smokes left, and you can see to secure the round, Get Right's actually looking straight up right here to smoke heaven. And I think maybe they would smoke mini sometimes, but it's a pretty explosive strat, and smoking mini isn't always required on a strat like this. And the reason being is because of those rotations that I was talking about. The connector coming into the A bomb site just typically isn't played in this time frame of the round. So playing somewhere like that against an execute like this would be a pretty good counter. Honestly, pretty much against any upper execute, playing by the mini with counter nades is a pretty decent spot to be. Obviously, you would have to make a pretty big play, hit some nice shots, also turn from flashbangs, but it's doable. But you can see that's not even really that big of a priority for NiP. The main thing is killing these 2 guys that they know are going to be on the upper bomb site, and that's what they did. Okay, so now we're just going to watch the round from Get Right's perspective. Basically see what he does the entire round, then AC throws. So early round, he pre-mollies ramp, gets put up by the smoke. Doesn't matter. His main goal is just to put pressure on ramp. Let the ramp guy know there's someone in lobby that wants to fight ramp. That's his only goal. So that way that ramp guy doesn't instantly rotate when he realizes, wall of smoke is thrown or anything is being thrown in upper. He has to be cognizant of the guy that was shooting ramp early round, or you hope that he's cognizant of it. So Get Right lines up the flashes like this. He looks down at the ground, finds that spot, and then just looks to the right of the arrow sign, drops a flash standing still, and then he'll run with the next one. So he runs out with the flash, hard clearing this spot. So you can see this spot is a very, very good spot to hold upper in. And NiP clearly knows that based on how much utility they've used to clear it, as well as one person dedicated running out only looking at that spot, willing to die from anywhere else. So you can see how important it is for NiP to clear that spot. And then, like I said, he just smoked 7. Okay, guys, so now let's watch it from Forrest's perspective. Like I said, he throws the middle smoke in the wall of smokes, and then he's going to actually go to the roof, break all of the glass, so that way when Exist gets back, it's easy throwing of grenades for Exist. And then he also throws Molotov double flash. He actually misses one of his flashes, and then he trails at the upper bomb site. So let's see how he does this. You can see he's coordinating right now with everyone else on his team, namely everyone besides Draken. Draken throws nothing. So, and I believe, by the way, they did that because he's the opper. Sometimes Draken might want to op. So obviously they would never run this strat when Draken has an op. I doubt he would trail at the hut with an op. But in case he's low econ, I'm sure they have him throwing very little utility. So that's probably why. Just as a quick summary of that. So here's a molly for top hut, and we have a botch flash through the window and one more. And you can see he trails immediately at the hut, and his timing is really well. You can see he's right behind those two guys coming out the hut, even though he's throwing these grenades. He knows that he has to haul ass down that ladder. If there's a guy heaven, he's going to trade on the guy heaven. Immediately when the kill heaven happens, he's not continuing to look up there. He turns around, and his goal is now to hold the vent / mini. He gets the instant trade on vent, and I mean, like I said, the round's literally over at this point. But you can see he's kind of watching the flank, and he's going to clap Guardian real quick. Okay, cool. So let's run through an Exist perspective now. So he's going to travel outside. He's going to throw the lurk smoke outside. Just hard smoke off of this fence. And he was thinking about using a flash, but he actually wants to save both flashes for the execute. But you can see his smoke lands right there. Okay, so he's traveling back up to the roof, and he's being very cautious to not make noise. He's kind of using Force sounds to shield his footsteps right there. So this molly is going to go Mustang. Very easy molly to throw. You can see he just lines it up on the railing, aims at the pixel, and he's going to follow it up flashes as well. So flash, flash. And these are very solid flashes. They're pretty much blowing up right in the middle of the open. So anyone that backpedals at Mustang is going to get completely blind. Anyone at anti-Mustang is going to be blind. Anyone super far back in the silo or coming up heaven is going to be totally blind. And then at this point, he's just staying on the roof, kind of baiting. But in a sense, he's not baiting in like the bad sense. He's baiting in the sense where if a guy flanks ramp, he has to kill him. And if he drops on the blacktop and the guy flanks ramp immediately, he's going to die. So the only way to ensure that he gets this kill is taking his time. It's kind of designed in the strat, it seems like, for him to do that. So just want to clarify that too. And then you can see he comes in with the bomb and plants. I don't think he probably should have the bomb on this strat. Maybe he wasn't supposed to, but he ended up with it. Okay, so last guy that throws any grenades, and then we get to watch Draken just run out hut like a madman and frag out. So Rez lines up his smoke by looking at the shadow right there and aiming at that really easy little spot on the pole. Comes over by Squeak, and he's actually going to be the guy that's going to molly behind the 2 vent that flushes Olafmeister out. So Just kind of moving around right now, doing his thing. I think he was actually looking for the bomb right there. So, yeah, I was probably correct about the whole exist thing. So, Molly's 2-vent. Flushes Olaf out. Clears hard right. And you can see he's basically just running out looking for a trade. He's kind of the chicken without a head in this strat. He has to just trade off of everyone while clearing the right corner, while looking at mini. So his role is definitely one of the harder roles in this strat, in my opinion, especially because he has to open the door with a molly in hand. So it's kind of rough for him. I'm not gonna lie. The strat is mainly designed to go through the hut. So last but not least, let's look at Draken. So early round, he's going up on the roof. Drops the bomb up there. I think it's for exist. Maybe he was supposed to drop that lobby entrance. I don't know. The whole bomb mystery thing is driving me crazy. I swear Rez is looking for the bomb. Anyway, see Draken following, get right out, only looking left side. See, that's such an easy kill heaven for him to get right there because the rolls of the strat allow him to get that kill. So get right goes out hard clearing the right. He can die to, all kinds of places. Draken's running out hard clearing the guy that's probably going to shoot at get right if he runs out. And if there's a guy heaven, or if there's a guy running out of heaven, or back silo, or anywhere over there, those are easy kills for Draken to get on this strat because of how it's designed, which is good because he's the guy that has all this utility. So you don't want him running out and dying. You want him to save this utility. You want him to be the guy that lives, and that's by far the best role for him to have, in my opinion. So that's it for the strat today, guys. I just wanted to show you guys how CTs move around Nuke. If you pull them around with these smokes, particularly the wall of smoke, what you can do with it. With that being said, I do think FaZe over-rotated this round. Having 2 people in secret, especially when one is your opper, and having a guy ramp seems a little bit excessive. And you're dedicating 3 people to stopping a lower bomb site hit before it ever even happens. Meanwhile, you leave 1 guy in the upper bomb site, and you basically have a guy turtling outside. We didn't really talk much about Rain, but he is the outside player on their team. So having 2 guys secret, 1 guy outside, 1 guy ramp, and 1 guy upper is a little bit much. But I do think even with 2 dedicated players upper this round, FaZe would have gotten traded out because of the execute being so strong. So with that being said, RIP Lord Nico. Peace, guys.